saying. He was like, oh, you know, the channel, just make it more about you and your journey as being a parent and less about the children, which I think it was already going that way anyway.
So that was KAYLEIGH Baldwin speaking just a couple of months ago about how her channel is just going to be solely relying on herself and her good wit rather than her kids to make an income. However, fast forward a few months later and it's basically a free-for-all with her kids. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're on it with the Baldwins, very much requested channel to be covered on this channel, right? Because apparently KAYLEIGH is a bad person and she does much wrong with her children, exploitation being one of them, obviously. So before we get into this video, because we need to support this channel, please take a look at my sponsor. So yes, the Raccoon merch store has just launched some brand new products to go with their existing very popular design, the Beware of the Red Raccoon design, which has been flying off the shelves so far with all the hoodies and t-shirts at the moment that we've sold. But now we also have a new range of brilliant products such as necklaces and iPhone cases and even stickers, anything for any budget. It's perfect. If you want to purchase anything from this brilliant store, go down to the link in the description box below and check it out. Thank you all so much. Let's get back onto the video. So a few months back, KAYLEIGH was talking about the future of the channel. She'd just come back after a couple of months hiatus, forced or enforced. Who knows, you know, nobody knows why they left the internet that time. Anyway, they came back and she explained to everybody what the future of the channel was like.
Most of my videos are this, me just talking, and me talking about the stresses and strains and ups and downs of being a family. But obviously I've always said that I really struggle with how much I should talk about the children and what's going on. We'll all talk about young children and, you know, sleepless nights and nappies and colic and wind and all of, you know, constipation. We know, if I was sat here going, oh, my 6-week-old baby's got terrible constipation and hasn't pooed for a week and everything I try isn't working, nobody would bat an eyelid. Nobody would say anything. But if you start talking about your children as they get older, people are like, oh, you're putting their whole life, all of their private business, all of their medical business on the internet.
I hate to break this to you, KAYLEIGh, but if you were to put your baby's private information on the internet, all their health issues, their you know, discussion about all health issues, that'll come back to haunt them later in life, right? Kids will get bullied later on in life because you had the decency to talk about them being a baby online, right? That'll happen, guaranteed. So you might not think it's something to worry about right now, but it will catch up with your child in the future. You may not be caring right now about it, but trust me, it will catch up with them. So it is exactly the same thing, by the way, as discussing your older children's medical history and medical stuff.
And I get it, I really do get it. And I just think that there's got to be a way that I can make this channel work where I talk about motherhood, but also still, you know, remain respectful of the children.
So fast forward a few months later, and the channel is purely based on the kids. You know, the one child who I've covered before about her and her leg issue. You know, every vlog is something relating to the kids and their illnesses, their health issues and everything else, but also the homeschooling journey, which is just about to kick off after this particular update.
But when I'm dropping her to school and she is literally, her head is spinning off her shoulders and she's having to be held whilst I escape. Doors are having to be shut to stop her escaping because she would just run. She's hammering at the doors that she's got bruises up her arms. If anyone notices that she's got bruises up her arms, it's not because I've been holding her arms or squeezing her or beating her. It's because they've got 2 fire doors that they close, and she does this with so much aggression and anger because she doesn't want to be there, that she bashes the hell out of these doors that she has bruises up her arms.
So does anybody out there know why this might be the case? I mean, I personally don't know why, right? There must be some sort of psychological thing. Why does she so desperately not want to go, to the point where she's actually physically hurting herself not to go into school? I mean, is there a way of maybe working around this, some sort of therapy or something like that? I don't know, right? I honestly, I don't know. But this is her way of saying they've had enough, they can't cope with keep doing the same thing, and they are eventually going to decide to homeschool the child instead.
And I kind of had like that penny drop moment when I was on the phone, when I said something that made me realise something. And I said to the lady on the phone, I said, the only reason Sienna is in school is because I can physically lift her and I can carry her in. If I couldn't physically lift her, she wouldn't go to school. And that was like that, you know, penny drop moment that I thought, you are using your size against her to get her to do something that is against her wishes.
Interesting that you should come to that conclusion, right or wrong, but interesting that you should be able to reason within yourself that you're getting your child to do something against their wishes, when you're kind of doing the same on the vlogging as well. You know, you're vlogging all their medical history, their medical, vlogging themselves, their likeness on the internet for the world to see. And it's a dangerous world out there on the internet, KAYLEIGH, but you're still doing it, and you're still doing it ahead of your child's wishes and their best interests. But you are able to reason with them, with the school system, about how you shouldn't be doing that.
And if she was a 12-year-old, like if it was Riley who was kicking and screaming and not wanting to go to school, then I wouldn't be able to pick him up and carry him in. So therefore he wouldn't go. So why should I continue to forcibly use my size against her to get her into school?
And with that, KAYLEIGH made the final decision to take her child out of school and deregister her.
Yesterday, or actually precisely midnight last night, I deregistered Sienna from school. So it's been a long time coming. It's been something that's been on the cards for a long time, something we've considered for a long time, and something that we weren't going to go into with our eyes closed. So as you know, we've been exploring the local home ed community, we've been to 2 meetups now, and was just scoping it out to see if it would potentially be a better fit for Sienna. Because despite all of our best efforts, the school's best efforts, my best efforts, the professionals' best efforts, I mean, I don't talk massively about it because you just open yourself up to massive amounts of judgment, for one, and for two, it's really personal. So we've kept a lid on the information.
Yeah, and it's not too personal, obviously, because you decided to vlog about it in the end. You know, why wouldn't you? You know, you got to make the money out of your kids whilst they're young, isn't it?
Most of the time, but it hasn't been easy, and it hasn't been easy for a long time. And we went to the reduced timetable, allowing her to go to school in her own clothes. There's been, like I said, certain professionals have come into the school to see her. She's had ELSA support, which is emotional learning support. She's had all of the things available within the school, and we still weren't getting very far. And she still has emotional school-based avoidance. And we just felt like why put her through all of that when I'm at home and I could home educate her?
And that's exactly what they did. Took her out of school, deregistered her, home educated, started the home education in fine fashion. First home education was the money, counting money at the shops, possibly. I think you could call shopping like a maths lesson,
I was like,
I guess.
keep an eye out, Felicity, have a look as we're driving in. And then
I me turn the corner, I was like,
can't see
they
it.
got it!
They've got a few. So we're going to definitely get one of those, aren't we?
Yeah.
I just hope that it grows how I've seen them grow. It says place in good sunlight, and our front garden doesn't get the most sun, but it still does get sun every day, just not until the afternoon. So fingers crossed we can get it to grow, because they look so pretty. The pictures I've seen, they look so pretty.
Yeah.
Right, you've got your pound for your mini trolley?
Yeah.
So if you're using the mini trolley, does that mean you're not taking a crutch?
Oh, and not to confuse the earlier shopping excursion with another shopping excursion. There was the same day, same shopping experience, I guess. But you need to get those educational shopping trips in.
Even though we've already been to the shops once today, we're going back out to the shops because this afternoon we're making ice cream.
And what's one shopping trip if there's not another one following closely behind it?
Reason, I'd say. With your reason. Oh my goodness, I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. I'm not going to Casper's. Yeah, I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards, but we're just going to pop into Primark really quickly.
But aside from the copious amounts of shopping trips after shopping trips after shopping trips after shopping trips after McDonald's after Costa Coffees after shopping trips after Starbucks after shopping trips, what else would one do with a child when they're at home and they're trying to be educated? Yep, you've got it. Put them in that hot tub. Yep, put them in the hot tub. That'll take care of their education.
How do you do it? Like, how do you actually... I mean, if it's the school holidays, I just quit with the housework. I'm just like, what's the point? Just admit defeat before it's even started. But having them at home at the moment, and it's not the school holidays, how are you doing it? How are you like home educating your children, doing the washing, keeping on top of things, and not looking like you've been dragged through a hedge backwards? And let's not even talk about my nails. You can always tell the caravan park is back open. I'm cleaning caravans and my nails are shot to pieces. Oh, and there's also that. I've got to go to work on Friday. How am I doing that? Am I taking them both with me? Am I trying to get it all done whilst Sienna's hopefully in school, because she's not in school today? Oh, I was hoping, my plan was to chuck them in the hot tub. Thought one, I'm just being, everyone just wants to have a go at me. Get away. I thought I'd just put the kids in the hot tub. I'll just put the girls in the hot tub this afternoon and I can crack on and do some of the stuff that I need to do in the house.
But speaking of the aforementioned struggles that she was having about how to cope with, working and, just doing household chores whilst the kids are at home, and supposed to be educating themselves possibly. But what else has she been struggling with?
Just could not get sleep last night because I am a chronic overthinker and a chronic catastrophizer. It's my superpower. Let's call it that rather than that I'm mentally unstable.
Oh yes, because you don't want to be mentally unstable whilst you're looking after kids whilst trying to home educate them, obviously. But there you go.
Having kids at home 24/7 is definitely taking its toll, and I started to feel very overwhelmed at tea time, like I just needed some headspace on my own. So I escaped and came out with the dog. So I'm grateful for the lighter evenings. I think I'll be doing this a lot more often over the coming weeks.
It sounds like you're struggling a little bit there. Good old KAYLEIGH, you don't want to be struggling. It sounds like you're not quite with it with your kids at home 24/7, is it? But, it's a good job you're not losing the plot or anything.
I'm too tired, or there's still so much to do at home. I feel like I can't go to the gym, but now with having Sienna home full time, I probably will end up getting a gym membership, because otherwise I might lose the plot being at home all day, every day with a child, and the gym might be a nice little outlet for that.
Well, it's a bit of a pickle then, isn't it, KAYLEIGH? May as well just wait for Daddy to get home, right?
I'm just leaving them to it and counting down the minutes until Daddy gets home.
To be honest, it sounds very much like KAYLEIGH is struggling quite a lot. You know, she has a lot on her plate. I don't know if Kev is helping her out at all with any of the kids' stuff. I know they're not his kids necessarily, but, you know, it seems like she is struggling. He is out at work, I guess, all day, and she is left to homeschool, and the only homeschooling that she is doing is taking the kids out to such entertainment as shopping and other such fun activities like Starbucks and McDonald's and stuff like that, right? So it's all fun and games, isn't it, down the Baldwins educational alley, right? Now, apart from that, there was a couple of things that I wanted to draw your attention to, because I thought it was just a little bit strange, right?
I mean, it's not chocolate, so there's been worse things. I was going to say there's been worse things in my mouth, but let's not lower the tone.
I'm sorry, what now? Let's not, please don't give me those images. Honestly, KAYLEIGH, I don't really need to know. But also, it's that sort of thing that will make your kids be bullied at school, right? I'm just putting it out there. You say stuff like that online for the world to see, right? Your kids will end up getting bullied at school for that. You see where I'm coming from? And that will make them not want to go to school. And maybe that's the reason why your child doesn't want to go to school. Who knows? That could be. Maybe they were being bullied to fuck, and it's because you put them on the internet and things like that, or said things like this on the internet. One last thing was, how crazy do you actually have to be in order to give out your address to random strangers online, where they come up and hand deliver random gifts to your house?
When I got up this morning, this was behind the plant pot at the front door.
This says 50. Which one's which?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, she said, I wanted to get a gift for Felicity and didn't want to leave Sienna out, so I got her a little something as well. So, I'm going to guess... Oh, this one says Felicity. Look at all the pretty stickers.
Oh, they're so pretty.
And this one will be Sienna.
Yeah, there's a clear safeguarding issue there, I would say, everybody. You know, obviously, you want your kids to be in receipt of random strangers, random gifts. You know, you don't know what's going to be inside there. Have you even checked what was in there before you let them open it? No? Okay. So that is the Baldwins up to date as we have them. They're being a little bit unsafe online as usual. Why the hell not? Why wouldn't they be? KAYLEIGH is taking the kid out of school and is trying her best to educate, although she's failing miserably. She's taking the kids to... I mean, if you're out shopping all day, every day, when exactly are you homeschooling your child? You know, that's the question you need to ask, because your child still needs an education, even if they won't physically go to school. So, there we go. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new and would like more Baldwin-related content, especially. It's all hotting up, though, for that way, isn't it? So incredibly exciting, I've got to say. Until next time, have a lovely day. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.